Hi Lowell families, this is Mrs. Radway, your librarian, and I'm here today to help you to log into ClassLink using your username and password information that you would get from Infinite Campus. If you aren't able to log into Infinite Campus, you can also reach out to your classroom teacher or the school office to get this information so that you can log in to do a variety of activities that both the teachers are going to ask, and I'm going to show you some opportunities for e-reading on your devices today. The information that you're going to need is the student's first and last name, the student ID, which is the 6 numbers given to you by the district, and their email address given by the district. We're going to need the prefix. That's called the stuff before the @ symbol. So we're going to need to know the letters and the 4 numbers before the @ symbol. And then you're going to need to know the birth date. Most specifically, we're going to need to know those 4 digits of the birth year. When you're figuring out your ClassLink username, it is just that stuff, the prefix before the @ symbol. So it's got the capital letter, lowercase letter, and then 4 numbers. Your password is broken up into 4 different sections. The first is the uppercase or capital first letter of the first name. So in my example, it's Alexander, so it's a capital A. The second part is the lowercase, the lowercase last name, first letter. So in my example, it's Hamilton, so it'd be a lowercase h. The third part is the student ID number, which are the 6 numbers. And the fourth part is the 4 digits of the birth year. In my example, birthday was July 4th, 2005, and so it would be 2005. When you're putting in this password into ClassLink, make sure that there are no spaces. They're all squished together. You do not need any spaces or it will not work. Then, once you have all of that information, you're ready to log into ClassLink. So at this point, if you need to pause so that you can get your information gathered, feel free to pause the video and then come back when you are ready with the information. Once you have your information ready to go, you're going to need to get to the Sioux Falls School District website. That is sf.k12.sd.us. And on the Sioux Falls School District website, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will get to ClassLink Login. Go ahead and click on there. Now, I was already logged in, and this might be if another family member is already logged in, you might run into this problem as well. If you click on the avatar in the corner, just say sign out, and then this is the screen that you will see if nobody else is logged in. You'll also notice the district has added the tech help phone number. If you're having any problems logging into ClassLink, please feel free to call this number during school hours so that you can have somebody help you troubleshoot getting through and into ClassLink. So using the information you had earlier, go ahead and type that in and sign in. Once you're in, you will have access to a lot of apps that teachers are going to be asking you to do. And today I'm going to show you how to access some of the e-reading opportunities here within ClassLink. So 3rd through 5th graders, this part is designed for you. The first one I want to tell you about is something you should be familiar with from class, which is Scholastic TrueFlix. It'll be the one with the word true right there. It is a science and social studies nonfiction database, and it's just got lots and lots of books about a variety of topics that might be of interest to you. You can choose something based on what you're learning in the classroom. 5th graders, I know you're learning about the Revolutionary War, and then you'll be getting into colonies, so if you want to read about that. 3rd graders, I don't believe you've gotten into your continents yet, but that will be a topic that will be coming up later. There's also some opportunities to learn about different Native American tribes, and if you go back by clicking on Home or True up here, you can get to the science books as well over on the other side. In TrueFlix, it will not read it aloud to you. You do have to do the reading yourself. Next thing I wanted to talk to you about was Pebble Go Next. This is a database that is very similar to Pebble Go. So if you have used Pebble Go in the past, this is a 3rd through 5th grade, 3rd through 8th grade database. If you're on a device like a Chromebook or a laptop or a computer, it should log in without any problems. If you're on an iPad, we have been running into some problems that you'll need a username and a password. The username for Pebble Go and Pebble Go Next is engaged, the word E-N-G-A-G-E-D. Let me see if I can spell it up here so you can see it. E-N-G-A-G-E-D. Okay, and then the password would be learning, L-E-A-R-N-I-N-G. Again, the username was engaged. The password is learning. If you're having if it pops up with a, you need to log in, it shouldn't if you're on a computer, laptop, or Chromebook. But if it does, and especially if you're on an iPad, you're going to need the engaged learning. Okay. Once you're in here, you have a science database, a social studies database, and a biographies database. Third graders, you've been learning about biographies. If you are interested in learning about any person in here, you go ahead and you click on the person, and you are able to read about that person. You will notice right here the tabs are kind of like a table of contents in a nonfiction book, and so you can go to a specific part of the biography if you would like. If you would like it read aloud to you, you click on the volume button.
Jordan was invited to try out for the U.S. Olympic basketball team in April 1994.
And it will read aloud to you. You can't start in the middle of a paragraph. It will restart depending on where you're at in your section. But each section has its own read aloud option. If you want to go back in Pebble Go Next, you can go back step by step. Or if you wanted to go all the way back to the home to choose a new topic, you can go through that way. The third thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is Capstone Interactive. Because I'm a teacher, I have 2 purple ones. I believe you're only going to have the 1 purple book. Make sure it just says Capstone Interactive. If you have 2, this one says Capstone Interactive Lowell. Those are the ones that we have purchased for our school, but Capstone is being very generous in letting us use all 3,877 of their books. And so we can go into Capstone Interactive. Again, if it requests you to have a password, this one is continue learning. So the username is continue, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-E. The password is, not learning, continue reading, R-E-A-D-I-N-G. So this would be your username, continue, and then reading is your password. If you're on a computer, it should not ask you for a login, but if it does, continue reading for this particular one. Now, there are 3,877 books in Capstone that you can read, and you can just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll if you would like. There are lots and lots and lots of books that way. If you would like to do the visual search and you are interested in reading something fiction, and maybe you're into scary stories, a lot of you ask me about scary stories. Here are it says 50 books in the scary stories section. If you want to get back to the beginning, just click on the purple capstone up here in the corner and it will get back without any filters. Maybe. My computer decided that it doesn't want to work right now. Let me see if I can come back in and try that again. Yeah, there we go. Usually you can just click up here, but something must be wrong on my computer right now. Then in the grade range, if you are a 3rd grader and you're like, gosh, what would be good for a 3rd grader? You can click your interest level, grade 3, and then you can scroll through these options. Also, if you have a topic in mind that you're really interested in, like I am interested in the planets, I can go ahead and type in planets and it will bring up those books that are good for 3rd grade in that topic, or you can get that grade range out. Oops. How do I clear the grade range? I don't want that filter. You can go back out and in if you need to. Okay, so to review, we have talked about 3 things. First one, Scholastic TrueFlix. Second one, Pebble Go Next, which might require you to have a username and password. The username would be engaged. The password would be learning. And the third one we talked about today was Capstone Interactive. Again, if it asks you for a password, a username and password, it is continue, CONTINUE, reading. I always want to say learning, but it's reading, READING. The last thing I want to tell you about is how to get a hold of me. This is the library website, Follett Destiny. Go ahead and click on there. And now because you are a student and not a librarian, it will automatically bring you to the green screen that you are used to in the library. I have a news box over here full of information that as I get new information from the district, I will put it right here. If at any point you're having troubles with any of these e-reading options, my email address is right there. So feel free to send me an email and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I also have at the top of our searching, I have our ebooks available right at the top. They're interactive ebooks. You can say see all to see all of them. Then we have the regular ebooks, again, the see all option, and the audiobooks are listed at the top. You won't want to do the recently added books or the popular titles. Those ones are book books that we don't have access to right now as we are learning at home. The last thing that you want to notice is that I have added some learning links. You notice TrueFlix is right here. Sometimes this is working and sometimes it's not. So if it doesn't work through my learning link here, go back through ClassLink, and that has seemed to be always working. If your teacher has set up Epic and invited you in, you can get to Epic either through the app in ClassLink or this learning link right here so that you can access the entire library of Epic at home, but that does require a teacher invite. And then this one right here, Abdo Digital, is similar to Capstone Interactive, except that it's a huge database of books, except they do not read them aloud to you. So let's say the subject area that I'm interested in. Oh, let's do history. Ooh, I can learn about 3D printers. Sign me up. That sounds fun. I can say over here, open ebook, and then you're able to scroll through and read your book. Again, this one does not have the read aloud option. It is just a read to self option here on Abdo. If you like listening to stories, you can go to the Audible option, and that is just the audio that you'll be able to hear the story. You won't be able to read along or see anything. It's set up into 4 categories: littlest learners, elementary, tween, and teen. And when you say more, here it is, you'll be able to see there are 83 books that are good for elementary. Oh, Mac Barnett is one of my favorites. If you wanted to listen to the story of the Terrible Two, you just simply click on it and say start listening, and it will read it to you. Just a story to listen to.
Blackstone Audio presents The Terrible.
All right, so logging into ClassLink, you should know how to do that now, and then getting to some of those e-reading options, whether it's TrueFlix, Pebble Go Next, Capstone Interactive, or some of these learning links within the library's website. Hopefully you will find something that you can read so that you can continue on your reading journey, even when we can't be together face to face. If you have any questions, don't forget about my email. It's highlighted over there in the news box. And as I learn new things, I will put those over in the news box. Have a great day, friends. I'll see you again sometime soon.